Yo, what is up, guys? Joker bringing you another video for the Torchlight Infinite Season 9 with our Day 1 recap. We decided on being the Unsullied Blade, the new character, the Lightbringer Rosa, because I mean, looking at it, how could you not? And essentially, I buy the Battle Pass pretty much every league for the last 4 leagues, anyways, because I've been really enjoying the game. So I figured, you know what? Instead of starting another character and re-rolling, let's go ahead and just start as the new character. And we're currently level 92. We have not killed Traveler 7 yet, just because our DPS is not quite there. We've gotten rather unlucky on several things, but I'll go into that in a second. If we go ahead and do the combat dummy, we're only sitting at like 53 mil, so not that great. If we go ahead and take a look at our void chart, we have 51 points actually. So we have some stuff done in 7-1, but we're slowly making our way down, clearing 7-2, and then we'll kill the Traveler, hopefully when stuff gets cheaper. I should have known better. I should have expected the character to be insanely expensive, because a lot of people are going Erica 2 with like the strike skills, with the Shadow Strike Thunder Spike, right? And then a lot of people are going Rosa 2 with like Frost Spike and Thunder Spike. So the gear in general is just really high in demand. And since majority of what I was playing was like the first 8 hours after an hour down of maintenance, we weren't able to progress our gear all that much. We did go ahead and farm a little. We're sitting on 129 FE, and we're planning on using that to kind of try to get our T2 gear up and running. I mean, look at this chest plate. It's literally it's literally so bad, right? And then like we have a ring that has 4 mods. And we're definitely going to go ahead and work on upgrading the character. For the skill tree, we got lazy, and what we did is we just copied Dawn's, right? On Dawn the Crown, we went ahead and we just copied his setup because it was lazy. Originally, I was planning on seeing how viable like low investment mana stacking would be, and turns out that statement is not possible in the current season, because a lot of people are going to be wanting to go mana stacking. So we just went ahead and swapped over to this, and we're going to juice this until we kill Traveler 7, potentially are able to farm Time Mark 8 effectively, and then we'll swap to mana stacking when we're trying to push past that, pretty much, right? But let's go ahead and take a look at the gear. We have an opening heart to give us fervor. We have a false god skin that we dropped ourselves. That's why it's pretty bad. If the 1% per 16 of lowest was of highest instead, that would have been way better. Our belt is just generic. I actually think this is, yeah, pretty much our only piece of gear that actually has T2 reses. I'm sorry, all T2s. Actually, this ring doesn't even have all T2s. We need to go ahead and add a blending option onto our belt as well. This league added sequences, which are pretty cool. You're able to find a bunch of weapons that have little niche additional modifiers that will help you out, like my sword having the 12% pen, right? And then the dagger having the 15% increased gear attack speed. Really, really good. I like sequences overall, even though they definitely are power creep, right? So we looked at the sword, we looked at the dagger, looked at the ring, the boots. We have a tyrant smoldering hold, and then respected tutor's robe. These things were actually insanely expensive when I bought them. Were they still? Yeah, no, okay. Well, when I bought it, it was like 50, 60 FE. Sure, let's crash to literally nothing. But let's go ahead and look at the talent tree. Actually, not the talent tree. We're copying that directly from Dawn, right? So if you go ahead and you go pro builds, quick builds, Dawn the Crown up here, right? 143 updos. The thing that we are not copying, however, is the skill setup. So we have Frostspike, Haunt, freeze chance, added cold, hardened, and steamrolled, which I believe might be similar. We've been changing around hardened with this new node called willpower. Um, Willpower actually seems incredibly fucking strong. So if you read it, it says when using the supported skill, this stacks up to 6 times, and you get a 5.6% damage multi for every stack. So that's like a 32% plus damage multi you get off of one link. Let's go ahead and show how easy these stacks are to keep up, because they only start going down once you move for more than 0.5 seconds, right? And majority of the time we're only jumping around 1 or 2 times. So let's see if we can actually get it to ramp up. I did a test earlier when I was testing it, and we hit 65. It was only like an 8 or 9 damage, 8 or 9 mil damage difference, right? Between this and using hardened, and hardened gave us the defensive layer. So since we are kind of relatively squishy, because since we're reserving part of our life to get in an extra aura, right? So we have swiftness with restrain, we have cruelty with restrain and aura amplification, we have fearless with restrain. It should have aura amplification here as well, because we're moving around gear. We didn't know how much energy we actually had. And then we have acuteness focus with focus acceleration, restrain, and seal conversion. And this on its own is something else that's pretty fucking cracked, right? You see this 525% added fucking damage effectiveness, and this thing is proccing all the time. So this on its own probably gives us a large amount of damage. Let's see. If we go over to our slates, what we're doing right now is we just have attack speed, and then we have spell damage, and then we have attack and cast speed in life, attack, cast speed, physical damage, attack damage, attack speed, right? The name of the game is really attack speed. Oh, you're kind of wanting to hit a whole bunch, because your passive is going to be like eating a bunch of mana, but also giving you a bunch of mana, right? We're pretty much testing it out for when we do a mana conversion to see like how much mana can we effectively consume super fast, because these two traits over here are for mana stacking essentially, and these are for pretty much non-mana stacking. For our memories, I guess this is the first time I've ever gone over a day one character, so I do apologize if this is all over the place. But we have hero in a memory of origin with critical strike damage, critical strike chance, and intelligence. And then we have max energy shield, projectile speed, max energy shield, critical strike rating, energy shield, and movement speed. Like I mentioned, Born to Cleanse and Boundless Sanctuary are just better if you are not mana stacking. If you have like 30,000 mana, these might be actually really fucking insane. But until we get to that point, we're just gonna stick to this right side of the tree. For our pets, we went ahead and we pulled the Valkyrie on our first pull with the free maintenance summons, so that was pretty dope. She gives 4% additional attack damage with attack skills for every Valkyrie's hem, and we have pretty much max stacks of this 100% of the time, right? Because if we go over here and we actually start attacking, let's see. So you see how we have the 2, we have the 3, and then we're going to have 4 here in a second. I really should find a way to unreserve more mana. That way the him can eat more, right? But yeah, since it is 8 seconds for us to use 2% of our mana, and we burn through as much mana as we can, we essentially have this up 100% of the time after like 5 seconds on bossing, and 100% of the time in mapping. Other pack spirits is we got the little worm that comes along with her, and we have a traveling green leaf lizard. Right now, we're running a mixture of cube and just a generic compass farming strategy. So essentially, Our cube is literally just 51 points in cube. It's so hard not to take all of the cube nodes just because they're so good. I might swap over to the compass if it's cheap enough so I can take out these 15 points and spec into here because they made this significantly better, and potentially maybe go over here. Haven't decided yet. If not, we are going to swap to like a hybrid cube and dream strategy because everything on Dream is also really good. And that's probably what we're going to farm in Time Mark 7 to get enough money to kind of push to Time Mark 8. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know how long this video has been. How long has it been? 10 minutes. That's not terrible. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with this and future content. Just like with my Spectral Shield Throw Champion, I plan on doing a week-long, like, devlog, not devlog, character, like a week-long, why am I stupid and don't know how to speak? A week-long series, right? A progression series, there we go, of the character and how I plan on progressing it and the upgrades. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Until next time, take care.